Hello, you beautiful people. I think if you clicked on this video, you either love Cerydra's design just like me, or you're one of the people who is going to pull for Phainon, and you want to know all the info that we have on his best support right now. So, in this video, I'm basically going to discuss all this new info that we got on Cerydra's kit just a few hours ago, and along with this, we will talk about her potential playstyle, her team synergies other than Phainon like the Herda, and whether her kit looks good right now or not. Honestly, in my opinion, the newest info on Cerydra looks really damn good, and she is most likely going to be another game-breaking support. This is around the time of the patch where we start getting kit info on the upcoming characters, and today, a source with a fair amount of credibility posted her entire kit in detail. Just want to say though, this version of her kit obviously isn't the official one, and it's heavily subject to change over the next couple of weeks, so take this info with a grain of salt. With that being said, a warning in advance that she does quite a lot of things in her kit, and Cerydra might actually just surpass Tribi as the best support in the game. Before we go on though, if you're planning to pull for any of the new characters, you might want to check out Lubar, because on this site you can save up to a total of 25% on all your purchases. To give an example, I'll buy this 3280 Oniric Shard pack for $43, and this same pack costs me about $50 from the in-game shop. You can see that it's cheaper, right? For the top-up process, just enter your UID in this box and choose your respective server, depending on your account. After waiting for a few minutes, I received my Jades with the double top-up bonus because it was my first purchase. If you use my link, which is in the description or the pinned comment though, you can get an extra 10% off on top of all the other discounts. Okay, as you already likely know, Cerydra is a wind character who follows the path of harmony, and harmony is the best class in the game, right? Literally every harmony unit tends to be extremely broken, besides that one character who will probably be getting buffed in the future. Anyways, Cerydra seems to follow the Bronya archetype of support, with single target buffs on skill, action advancing, and a lot of strong damage amplification spread across her entire kit. Her skill is a great place to start since, like I said before, this is a really simple ability. Basically, when Cerydra uses her skill, it increases the target's damage dealt and attack, lasting for an unspecified amount of turns. We actually got some further detail on this, with the damage buff being 36% at talent level 1. This would mean that at talent level 10, this buff would be around 70%, beating out Bronya for the highest value damage buff in the entire game. I mean, technically, Sunday has the highest value damage buff, but he has a very strict memo sprite requirement, which Cerydra doesn't have, and that makes her buff way better because it's more universal. Cerydra's talent is where the real magic starts to happen in her kit though, and I'll try to break it down fairly slowly since it's quite complicated. First of all, Cerydra's main stacking requirement is called rank. Now we all know that this name will definitely change over the course of her beta, so I'll just call it stacks instead, since that's much easier to understand. Basically, the first character in your party, the one on the left, will be the one gaining these stacks, and when the stack counter reaches 6, the character with these stacks will have their action forwarded, and they will experience Cerydra's main mechanic, which is her extra turn. Now don't take this extra turn thing at face value, as it doesn't really work like you think it does, and I would say Cerydra's extra turn mechanic works more like an extra action, allowing you to repeat your last skill or basic attack. It's very similar to how Anaxa works, with him pretty much getting a free skill cast if the enemy has a bunch of weaknesses on them. We don't have full details on how this works right now, but this should be the general gist of things. You'll basically advance your main DPS unit's turn, and let's say you used an EBA 3 on Dan Hung Il, yeah? Well, you will get to cast this ability for free, with it costing 0 skill points as well. This is obviously like the most broken thing ever, which is why gaining stacks to activate this takes quite a while. Now you're probably wondering, how do you get these stacks, right? So, when Cerydra uses her skill, the target in the first slot will gain 1 stack, and when the character in the first position uses a basic attack or skill, they gain 1 stack too. Honestly, I really hope you're keeping up with her kit, because it just gets even better from here. Okay, moving on, Cerydra's ultimate deals AoE wind damage to enemies, and increases the crit damage of the character with the stacks by an insane amount. Additionally, this ultimate grants them 2 stacks out of the 6 required as well, which is actually huge. This is already really good, but taking a look at the other major part of this ultimate, it says that after an ally performs an attack, Cerydra will deal an instance of additional wind damage alongside it. I know it's worded quite weirdly in the info that we have, but I think her additional damage won't be consistent like Tribby's or Robin's, and it would most likely be just one big attack, which sounds really interesting, and I wonder how it will function in practice. Her traces make her already broken base kit even better by increasing her own damage and providing some great utility to the entire team. Her first trace is a classic conversion one, as when Cerydra's attack reaches a certain point, she will convert this attack into crit damage up to a certain cap, which is a great way to let us know that she will be bringing really strong damage to the entire team, while being able to get some offensive stats for completely free. Next up, her second trace increases the speed of Cerydra and characters with her stack mechanic by an unknown amount. This is already really good, but other than that, this trace makes it so that whenever Cerydra is off-field, or whenever a character with stacks deals damage, she will recover points of energy. This basically tells us two things. The first being that she is really made to work well with Phainon because at the moment, he is the only character that can bring her off-field due to his ultimate and therefore is the only one that can benefit from this right now. The other thing this tells us is that Cerydra's ultimate is going to be a costly one, as we're not even done talking about her energy traces yet, which just makes it obvious that she needs a lot of energy. So, her third trace basically just grants her extra energy at the start of the battle, and because her ultimate is so strong, I expect it to cost at least 240 energy. I wouldn't be surprised if this costed over 300 though, with how many special energy sources she gets. But from knowing what her ultimate does, I honestly think it will be worth it. Lastly, I usually would go full in depth on her Eidolons as well, but I generally don't think people care much aside from early ones, and yeah, her E1 and by extension her E2 are insanely broken. Her E1 makes characters with her stacks ignore the target's defense by an unknown amount, and additionally, when characters gain an extra turn from her stacks, they gain another additional turn. Now they did debuff this another additional turn by making it a once per battle effect, but doesn't it sound way too broken already? Imagine being able to chain 3 attacks in a row. It just sounds unreal, and since we don't know what her light cone does yet, I wonder how broken that will be too. Well, with that, we're done discussing all the new info that we got on Cerydra's kit. Overall, she seems like an insane harmony character, granting extremely strong buffs and having some of the greatest utility that we've seen from a character ever. I expect her to easily be one of the strongest characters in the game, and anything less than that would be kind of a massive tragedy, as this kit is conceptually the strongest kit in the game in my opinion. Also, I didn't mention it before as it gets annoying, but if you liked the video, then do consider subscribing. With that being said, I will see you in another one.